Coming at you guys live from the new podcast studios here in the Evangelisti companies. Pretty excited. Might be a little background noise. Got the guys downstairs building out the new base camp space. So there's some banging and clanging going on downstairs as we talk here. But I don't think you guys are going to hear too much of it, hopefully. So, Mark, you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear, my man.
Awesome, brother. Welcome to the show. I appreciate you coming on. It's been a while since we did a Facebook Live chat.
I know, man. I miss it.
I'm excited. What's good?
Nothing, man. Just got back from the bank. Just got Drea her bank account set up. Funded it with a G. About to get her paid for a modeling career so she can actually have a self-directed IRA legally to put her on the website and all that. So she will be the youngest self-directed IRA holder out there.
I love it.
She's going to beat her brother.
This kid's got bank accounts, websites, IRAs. I mean, she's what, a month old?
Almost.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So Mark, I mean, I love having you on because you're one of these guys that can definitely talk about this piece. I mean, my whole basis for, getting into proximity, understanding around getting around the right people, figuring out that the cause of your energy, the cause of your passion, the cause of, getting better, leveling up, the whole transition phase of finding your way into different places has to do with being around the right people. And, I was reading the other day, and I know a friend of yours and a group that you're in, Joe Polish, talks about spending time around either battery chargers or people who are going to drain your batteries, right? Mm-hmm. And I know that you're a huge believer in that kind of piece too. I mean, can you kind of talk about that for a second and how you kind of came into that? Because you've been doing this game for a lot longer than I have.
Yeah, no, dude, at the end of the day, right, we all have kids or have been a kid ourselves. And our parents would always say, you become who you hang out with, right? Mm-hmm. If you're hanging out with the kid that's doing drugs, you're associated, you're guilty by association. So, But for some reason, as we get older, we forget that concept. Like, who you hang out with is who you become. The top 5 people, right? Proximity. And sometimes people think proximity. The truth is, proximity's never been easier to gather. 5, 10 people like you and I or whoever they want to follow to get close to them. You don't need to know them one-on-one. For me, back in 1996, when I read my first book, Think and Grow Rich, that book to me was my proximity to power. That gave me like insights. Dan Kennedy, gave me insights of understanding marketing and this and that, which I got to hang out and meet and paid for a lot of money for masterminds and his groups and all that, which is way worth it. But yeah, dude, at the end of the day, we become the top 5 people. We hang out and consume the most. If you like it, good or bad.
Yeah. And the balance of which, right? So like you could hang around with 3 amazing people and 2 that drag you down, and like you're going to become the average of those people, right? So, I mean, you could really spend focused energy trying to find really good people. But if you continue to hang around a couple of those bad apples, like you're going to blend in somewhere in between.
Yeah, I mean, right? Dude, listen, it's conversations, right? The proximity of power is conversations. You and I, like when we're hanging out, we're not talking about all the people and high school issues and, dude, did you see Steve? He's failing. He's losing everything. We're talking about making more money, streamlining our processes, paying our team more money. How do we do more? How do we give back more? Everything we're doing is very, very progressive, not going backwards and talk. Dude, do you remember that time I scored that high school winning touchdown? Like, we don't talk about that shit because it doesn't matter. 100%. At the end of the day, for what we're doing is, what we do today and tomorrow is what we're talking about, not what happened in the past.
It's multiplication. It's higher impact. It's how do we leave a legacy? It's how do we build bigger things for our team? I mean, it's amazing when you get around that type of atmosphere, the people, the conversation levels are completely different. And to your point, like that there is no BS. There's no time for the drama. There's no time for the small talk, and there's no time for small-minded thinking.
Yeah.
It's just a different scenario.
Yeah, it is, man. And it's like, what are you talking about? I mean, a lot of times the reason the rich get rich and the poor get poorer is because the conversations they're having. Yeah. It's not like they have some amazing secret. I know a lot of dumbass rich people, like they're not smart. Me included. I barely graduated high school, right? I'm not a smart guy, but I do understand the power of conversation. I understand the power of people. I understand the power of action, which that's a whole nother conversation. But all this stuff we're talking about takes action. getting
Mm-hmm.
uncomfortable, private messaging you, calling you, meeting you at your events or whatever. Like, it's scary at first, but you got to do it. I mean, what's the alternative?
Yeah.
You know?
The alternative is you stay in one spot, because if you
Yeah.
don't do different things, you're going to stay exactly where you are with exactly the same people that you've been hanging around with for the last 20 years.
Yep.
And you're going to be making the same decisions, and you're going to wake up 10 years later in the same exact place because you haven't gotten uncomfortable enough to make that change, to get outside of your comfort zone and to do something different than you're used to.
Yeah.
That got you in the place you're in right now.
Exactly. Dude, I call it the king of the dipshits mentality. I mean, actually, Nate Kennedy came up with that term. But like, what it is you got 5 buddies, your influence, your proximity, and you're all sitting around talking about Steve, who makes $52,000 a year, while you all make $50,000 a year. He's bragging about how he bought the brand new, Chevy Malibu with the black rims and the red stripe on it, while you guys are driving the regular Malibu or whatever shitty car you're driving, right? So it's like the king of the dipshits. And again, I'm using a car as an example because, guys, we're talking about cars, we're talking about houses, we're talking about toys, so it's like, yo, man, I got a better car or motorcycle than you. Oh, but there's still junk. There's still a bunch. It's not the best bike out there. It's like a cheap bike of what, go get the big bike. Go buy the custom $200,000 motorcycle. That's the guys I want to be hanging out with.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to brag about the new business I just started and how it's becoming effective and actually creating new jobs for new people and, creating a passive income stream for me ultimately. And, being able to leverage someone else in a joint venture partnership and creating equity in their life and creating, jobs for, their people and a future for their children. That to me is way more exciting, and then that allows us to get the bigger toys that we love to have. Right.
Sure. Yeah.
But I don't think that's the thing people are talking about enough.
Well, dude, here's what they're talking about. They're talking about what they don't have as opposed to what they do have. They're talking about why me, poor me, right? They're having a pity party. And we know what they say about pity parties. No one brings gifts. And not only that, it's not a solution-driven conversation. It's all drama. So what's the data? Where are you at? Where do you want to go? And how do we want to get there? It's going to be a lot of uncomfortable, uncharted territories initially. But as you grow, and dude, you and I are still stepping. We're getting uncomfortable every second of the day.
Every day.
So, and when we do get comfortable is when we get in trouble. Complacency for guys like us is death.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. So you have, I know it's at the end of June, you got an event coming up. And what I'm so excited about is last year's event. And I know you're going to take it to a whole nother level, but the impact that we were able to create, I say we, because I was there. I didn't do nearly what you put into the effort and the work, but I mean, like the team's impact that they were able to create for charity, multiple different charities. And I use the term we, because our foundation, was impacted by that event. So, we're completely grateful for that. But I mean, maybe you could take a second and talk about that and what you got planned for this year, because I'm sure it's going to be huge.
Yeah, man, June 18th and 19th. 19th is my birthday. I turned 41, so I like to end it with a nice party. But what I wanted to do, I did not want to do an event this year. I think I talked about this in the mastermind, but I felt like I had to. I felt like last year we made such a big impact, not just on charities, but the people that were there. From the conversations, I think we created $100-something million in value at the event, for everyone who showed up, because we do this whole score taking and all that and asking them questions and understanding what the value was for them in the room. So June 18th and 19th, we're going to bring together a small group of people, super high level conversations, and talk to them about where they're at, where they want to go, how they want to get there, how to do more deals, how to streamline conversations, how to gain access to more money, how to become your local celebrity. I mean, Joe, you're doing a great job on that. How to reverse engineer the conversation so people are coming to you with opportunity instead of you beating the streets where you got to fight every day to get something. It's almost effortlessly, once you position yourself, if you do it right, where people will present us deals, right, Joe? Like you and I, our problem is we get presented too many deals now, right? Too many opportunities. We got to get better. That's a whole nother level in the level. Now you got to start getting better at saying no. Not at this time, and no, or whatever. So the 18th and 19th, man, we're really going to, peel back the onion, if you will, and show people what a real business looks like, the struggles of a business, the opportunities in the industry, the market's shifting, how to protect yourself on the downside, how to grow your business on a real foundation, not, a sandy foundation or something that's, quicksand, if you will, how to develop a team, how to get the minds. I mean, we're talking about this stuff all the time. So I kind of forget what we've all the work we've put in over the last 23 years, but really just breaking it down and bringing some amazing guests to show you how a buddy went from zero to $225 million in assets in 3 years or less, how people are using, social media and Facebook and Instagram and podcast shows to really position themselves as the go-to experts and gain access to more money and more deals. And then we'll finish it up on the 19th with an amazing party. I've rented out a pretty cool facility, the best facility, I believe, in Columbus. Hired the best chef, best DJ, and the best MC, which Joe, they were there last year. And we're really going to turn it up and have a great networking / birthday party event. And it's going to be something that no one's ever seen before. I promise you that, because I got a great team working on it. I'm excited for it. And we're going to raise a lot of money for charity, by the way.
I'm excited. Not only there's so much leverage in that room. The room last year was out of control. The room was amazing. We had half the guys from our mastermind in that room. The knowledge that was shared in that room was incredible. The team in the room was incredible. But the icing on the cake was, how much did you raise last year for charity?
Almost $100,000, man.
I know. That's incredible.
Yeah,
incredible.
At a birthday party.
Yeah, and on top
awesome.
of it, we had a nice party to celebrate everything on top of it. So there was, some food and drinks and amazing atmosphere and good company. And the auction was completely kick-ass. Yeah. Right? We had some amazing art pieces and stuff, on live auction. So it was totally, that part was amazing. The whole event from start to finish, man. You put an absolutely A-class, event on from start to finish, which is typical of you, obviously. That's what you do. But the impact that it made is still being felt. $100,000 in charity raised in one event's amazing. So I like to see, just keep pushing. Do you have a goal in mind? Do you want to share?
Yeah, no. Listen, I'd love to do $270,000 this year. That's kind of the intentions. Again, half the people in the room won't even be donating, but there's other people who can get involved for as little as $35. Actually, this year I think like $27. But there's some cool things we're doing. We don't talk a lot about that, but it's full circle giving. Giving back to you guys in the community of business ownership, how to become better and stronger and more financially stable for your legacy of what you're really trying to do is buy more time, and then also take that capital and reinvest and do amazing things with it. So to me, this is a high level. And if anybody's ever tries to raise money, to raise $100,000 in 30 minutes it's unheard of, so it is definitely goes to show you the caliber of people that's in that room for sure. Joe, you were
Absolutely.
a part of it. All of us.
Oh, it got out of control. It was amazing. And literally raised $100,000 in 30 minutes. It was art. It was the bikes. It was amazing. Just cool to see it live. The energy was amazing, and just all directly to, and that was the cool part too. It was all three charities were directly to, no middleman, no bones about it, directly to the people that needed it the most. So it was exciting, man. It was pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to being at this year's event. So yeah, awesome room. So power of proximity, guys. Getting around those right people, leveling up, getting yourself uncomfortable. Things don't change until you make a change, until you decide to get outside of your comfort zone. To speak to it personally, from my story, from my point of view, my first real event was going on almost 5 years now, Mark, I think. Going on 5 years in July. And, I was uncomfortable. When I was first on the phone with Mark, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to think. I took kind of a leap of faith, and Mark was like, "Hey, it's 5Gs." I'm like, okay, shit. We had a really cool phone call. I don't think we're on the phone for more than 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Yeah. And it was like, I know what you need. I know how to fix it. And, the event's going to be in Columbus and, in 6 weeks. And all right, cool. It's 5Gs. All right, cool. So, I just knew I was there. I knew I had to be there. And that first event has literally set the tone for me being involved in masterminds, me being involved with proximity, me getting around people that have changed the course and the direction of, where I've gone in the last 5 years and the teams I've built and the businesses I've built. And that's why I believe so firmly in this stuff, because I know what it's done for me. I know what it's done for me. I know what it's done for my teams. And I'm really, truly passionate about it, Mark. And, I appreciate you for for getting me in that first room, for making me super uncomfortable, and for not only for that, but for keeping me super uncomfortable, because you're right. You hit the nail on the head. We can't slow down. That comfort is the scariest place on earth.
Yeah. For me, it is for sure. Yeah, no, man, it's awesome. I think the thing is, the good news is this event's not $5,000. It's only $19.97. And you can bring a guest, which I've never allowed before, right? So you can bring a guest for half off. But, the key is this year I really want to, I see so many people going to these pitch-a-thons, and, everyone's like, dude, they throw someone up on stage and every person talking, selling. This will not be that. There will be no one selling anything. I want you in the room. We want to put our arms around you. Joe will be there. A lot of 20% of the room will be mastermind guys paying $35,000 a year. So, you're going to talk about proximity. You're going to be in a very tight room with amazing people. It's almost impossible not to make something happen,
Absolutely.
just by osmosis, power, it's just being in the room. But the truth is, Joe, most people talk, as we know, they're all talkers. We talk about this behind the scenes, guys, is like everyone wants to be a big dog until they got pony up a couple bucks. And Joe, to your point, you ponied up. You got uncomfortable, you harnessed it, and you did something about it. You didn't sit back and go eat Doritos and drink a beer and act like you're doing big stuff online and take a picture in front of someone's Lambo. You actually got your ass to the event. And, dude, 5 years later, we've been on yachts together, amazing trips, amazing conversations. I mean, and we're just getting started.
Yep, just beginning. So love it, man. Cool. Well, any questions from the audience, feel free, hop in. Other than that, Mark, I think we're going to have an amazing event. I look forward to catching you in June. I look forward to seeing you at the event and bringing big value.
Yeah, we got to let people know where to go. They got to get over to markevansdm.com/Joe41. And that's all lowercase. You'll post it.
I'll post the link. Yeah, I'll post the link as soon as we hang up. It's on my phone. So anyone who's watching the replay, I'll post below. If you guys want to get to the event, make sure you click the link. Make sure you get over there. I'll be there. A lot of my good friends will be there. Obviously, Mark will be there. It will be an amazing place to be. It is for anyone who wants to change themselves, anyone who wants to get out of their comfort zone, anyone who wants to be around proximity of people who are at that level. And I can tell you that, again, from personal experience, it's changed my life. Mark's changed my life. These are amazing high-level people that I think will be able to seriously create an impact for you and help you direct that impact to other people. And then that's what it's all about, is that domino effect.
Absolutely, man. And guys, what's up, Maggio? What's up, Kevin? I think the biggest thing, guys, we want to help you. Like, that's the thing is, I think, I'm not saying all these events don't want to help you, but their agenda's different. I have nothing to sell you. Joe has nothing to sell you. We're there to totally help you. Just to we want to see you succeed. There's nothing in our power that doesn't want to see you succeed. So, but we can't make you show up. You either want it or you don't. So again, it's really like I made it affordable where anybody that has any, entrepreneur, I say it very loosely, skills can get their butt there. I don't care what business you're in, you will get value out of this experience. So, Joe, if there's any questions, I'd love to take them too. If you got any questions.
Absolutely. Anybody has any questions, post them below. We got Mark on the phone here. You got him live. And listen, there's no question we won't answer.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there might be a few, but
I'll answer them.
You might not like the answer. Best event ever. My insurance agency grew like crazy. Absolutely.
Maggio will be there. He'll be there.
For those of you who don't know, Maggio will be there. And Maggio was in the top. I don't want to misquote him. I think he was the number 2 Aflac guy in the country at some point. And that's big time, right? Mm-hmm. Maggio's got a huge going sales background. Runs in a crazy enrollment firm right now. This is just some of the quality of people that are going to be at these events, guys. And this is a guy that I personally. Get involved in, I personally work with, is one of the top recruiters that I've ever met. This guy is able to bring sales teams into a room and recruit them in mass scale, has built a team of hundreds of sales agents in his business personally in the last couple of years. Just a guy that I respect, help the hell out of. Here he goes saying he's
out
I
of
think number
68,000
2 out of
people.
68,000 sales agents.
That's awesome.
So if that's not commendable, that's not respectable. That's the kind of quality of people that are going to be in the room, right?
Well, he's always slacking. I mean, if you're not first, you're last, right?
And he's lazy. I mean, that's the irony of the whole thing. And number 2, he could be that lazy. No, seriously though, great dude, and definitely somebody that you want to connect with, somebody you want to network with, and somebody you could literally be sitting next to for basically a measly $2,000. That's the way I look at it. I mean,
dude,
look,
it's a joke. It's a
joke.
It is
I mean,
a joke.
I paid 5 G's. I was nervous paying 5 G's back in the day, and I think there was 12 people in the first room.
Yeah.
And now I look back on it, and it's the best investment in my life. I would have probably paid 20 if I'd known what it was going to create for me. But and now I paid 30 grand a year to be in that group. So learning a lot of my operations from both of these events, Mark's and Joe's.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, and that's the thing is, guys, that right now a lot of people, one thing about these kind of events is why are all these high-level people coming if they're so successful? It's because they know proximity is power, exactly here. So it gives us a reason to meet up for a couple of days into a location that is, suitable for what we're trying to do. You come there with questions. You get your questions answered. No question will not be answered there. So absolutely, one connection made me 10x the money, and that will happen. Like for 1997, for each person that comes, I can't imagine you walking out with less than 6 figures in value, minimum. Like that is our intentions. 100% of my intention for every single person in there. I don't care what level you're at to generate 6. Well, it's not hard. I'll give you one tip. By the way, Joe, I have a cool special. If anybody, for everyone who gets the ticket by June 5th, is I'm going to do a 1-hour Q&A session with them, and more importantly, 20 minutes of training to show them exactly how to extract massive amounts of money and deals in any marketplace. I'll give you the exact templates. I'll give you the whole structure, and I'll answer your questions to help you. So you'll make your money back and more possibly if you do the work before you even show up. But again, that takes action. Action's a separate. Action ultimately is it's a separator of what winners and losers do or don't do, right? So just got to get out your butt off and get going. And Columbus, Ohio in June is an amazing time of the year to be there.
What's up, Paul? Welcome to the show here, Paul. If you got any good questions, post them below. Adam's bringing up a great point. Me and Adam were actually in the Havana room, Club Havana up in New York City. If you guys are familiar, it's like hyper exclusive cigar room up in New York. Amazing spot. You can actually sit there, smoke a cigar, overlooking Central Park. Awesome spot. I've done a couple events up there myself. And Adam and I were talking about one of the best things about these mastermind groups and these events is that if you're at a higher level already, and again, for some people, you want to get the proximity. For some people, you're at a high level and you're missing the proximity because you can't find people at your level to connect with, right? So you might have some level of success, and now you're just missing, those few key people you're trying to connect with. And Adam brings a great point. Locally, sometimes it's really hard to find that. And, Adam and I were talking about how sometimes you just got to get in these groups so that you can travel just to connect with people at your level.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a level of success and you need to go outside of your local area to find friends, to find people to have these conversations with, to find people to converse with at a higher level.
Yep.
And this helps that. So.
Well, listen, I mean, people are paying money. They think they're paying money for who's in there. They're actually paying money for who's not in there, right? So the group I belong to, it's $100K a year. It's 3 meetings. So it's 33 grand an event. It's 2 days. And it's not even as cool as my group, by the way. But it's a cool group. There's a lot of cool people in there. And if you're ponying up 100 G's, not payment plans, you're paying 100 grand up front. And, and that's what 26 guys did and gals. So you're not paying for who's in there. You're paying for who's not. So, if everyone has the balls to pony up that kind of cash, they're showing up and they're paying attention, right? What you pay is the more you pay attention. Yep. If you don't believe me, dude, everything we talk about is in a book for $9. Go buy it. Why aren't you rich as hell already? Because you're not doing the work. You're paying $9. You don't value it. That's why. So getting in this room and understanding the people you're going to connect with, it literally changed your life. I know it will because it's changed my life. I host them and it changes my life.
Absolutely.
So it's like the people I meet, the people we get connected with, we'll be on vacations with some of you guys in the future. Like, to me, this is my life. So it's like, I'm just planting seeds.
Yeah. You know? I mean, it's 100% why I got into the business, because not only does it change my life and impact me to help others, it's to see the impact that it creates for the people that are in there. You know, they get in there and they have these aha moments, and they start to decide, like, wow, I can really do this, you know, and then they go out and then they create the impact, and then they bring that experience to other people, and then they change the next level. So like that to me is that's the greatest experience ever. Yeah. You know, that's the whole reason I do these events.
Yeah, absolutely. What was Paul's question?
Deciding which strangers you want to turn into relationships regardless of the cost. Absolutely. Yeah. Right. So, you know, how do you guys decide which connections you'll stick with, and what do you guys look for? I'll take that. I mean, that's, you know.
Go ahead. I mean, I think we both have something to say on this for sure.
Yeah. I mean, so look, I'm always trying to figure out when I'm in the room and if I'm having a conversation with people, I have a thing called value equals opportunity, right? So if I can't bring value to a relationship, and then there's no opportunity for both of us to succeed. And that's how I'm looking at a conversation, right? It's like kind of like the guy who says to you, I want to take you out for coffee. I want to pick your brain. It's like pick your brain is the worst thing that like anybody can say to me. Like it drives me nuts when somebody says that, right? Like so to me, it's like I want to know how I can create value for you. Like if I can create a value for you and then we can create value for each other, to me that's a real relationship. That's something that's going to last the test of time, right? It's like if you had a boyfriend or a girlfriend or I don't care, any relationship in the world, if you're not exchanging value, then there is no real relationship, right? It's no different in these rooms. If I'm talking to someone one-on-one, I'm trying to figure out what is your business, what is it that is there some sort of value I can add, whether it be experience or whether it be knowledge or whether it be some connection that I have that I can make an introduction, or whether it be somebody on my team, or whether it be a service that I offer, whatever it is, can I create value to add to you as a person? And if not, well, then there's probably not a whole lot that I can add to you, and it's probably that's not a good fit, right? So to me, that's how I'm going to connect with somebody, is if I can help create engagement, create value for them.
Yeah. What was the question again? Do you have the question again?
So the question was really like, how do you guys decide which connection you'll stick with at these events? Like if you go to these events and you're making friends, which ones are you going to stick with?
Listen, I mean, there's two levels to this. One, I mean, everyone's different, right? Everyone's in different light. That to me, I want to help people. So I'm sticking with the ones I can help. Kind of what you said, Joe. I think two, one, where do you need help? You know, this is where I see people really screw up reading books and going to events. They start off with not knowing what they're seeking. Therefore, you're tossed around. This is the shiny object syndrome. I don't have shiny object syndrome that much anymore because I come with intent. I know what the hell I'm looking for. I don't need to read 17 books to get one answer. I'm going to go and grab the book and go to chapter 7 of where I'm at and get the answer. So I'm intently showing up. And secondly, you know, I want to know what my unique ability is, because that's the relationship factor. If Joe has a unique ability in operations and I have a unique ability in, you know, vision, and we can put these two together and it's going to work out and support both of our purposes and what we came for, that's a fucking relationship I want to hang out with, you know? And it might not be forever. Like sometimes these relationships aren't forever, unfortunately. It's called life. Maybe I get a divorce. Maybe I go off my path. Maybe I make so much money I don't want to do anything. Like the truth is, I don't even think about that question, right? I show up intently and I want to show up and I want to make it happen. So that's it. So I think it's really like, you know, understanding the value you're bringing to the table. And depending where you're at in your life, you might not think you have anything of value, but if you think that way, you need to read Unique Ability 2.0. Because, right, you know, so that'd be the starting point. But like you guys, we all have unique abilities if you know it or not. Like you might have more time than money. I have more money than time. Those are two good connections, by the way. Those are two real things in different people's lives. You might have opportunity. I might be cash rich right now, and I need to place the money. So, you bring me deals and we do deals. I mean, there's so many variables to that conversation.
Yeah. I love that. And by the way, that's one of the things that we're really good at these events, right? Is trying to place those things. That's one of the reasons why these events are so powerful, because that stuff comes up all the time.
All the time.
We're literally sitting in the room with multiple successful people, and we're like, you and you, right?
Yes.
Like, it's just that happens so often. It's unbelievable. And they'll sit there and immediately it's like $500,000 was made in the room.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, well, there's your $5,000 investment, and you literally have to do anything else. I mean, that happened in West Palm in my last event, and one of the guys who was in my mastermind, has been in my mastermind for 1.5 years now, was literally like, that connection right there was worth the next 10 years investment.
Yep.
Like, okay, cool. Well, I'm glad that happened. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of stuff that's proximity. Yeah. You never know when it's going to happen. When it does, it's like rocket fuel.
Yep.
And it happens because you're in the right place at the right time, and you made the investment in yourself to decide that that's where you're going to be.
100%. And not only that, you're hanging out in so like every room is different, right? Like, pay attention to the guy driving the people into the room. It's leading it. And know where he's coming from. If I'm selling Amway stuff, you're going to be in there and get sold something. That's what Amway people do. This event has 0 sales. I'm bringing high-level people in to share knowledge with you. There's nothing to buy during the process. I just want to help you. And what Joe's saying, if you're asking a question, you say, hey, I need blah, 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 and I'm in Jersey, I'm going to say, you need to connect with Joe ASAP. Joe's going to perk up. He's going to pay attention. You two are going to connect, and now things are going to happen. That's how it works. And that's the leadership role. That's what leaders do.
I'm gonna text this to Matt so you can post a link while we're chatting.
All right, cool.
No, 100%.
So, I mean, as you got, there's so much opportunity, guys, if you allow it. And that's the thing is, Joe, I see so many people working way, way harder. They're beating themselves up, number one. We all do this. But if you're around other people that are like, yeah, you're right, man, you're really busting your ass, you deserve more. No, you don't. If you're not doing anything, you don't deserve more. You got to show up to the right rooms, right? Yeah. You're not going to make a lot of money selling water to people at the pool when there's a plentiful of water everywhere. But if you're in the middle of the desert, you're going to make a lot of money, right? Because you're showing up with a need and a want. So you have to get your head on straight, guys, and get your head out of the sand and know that the people you're listening to right now are for real. Like we are in the game forever, and we will be. I've been doing it 23 years. Joe's been doing it a long time. We want to see people succeed. There's nothing but the truth is you're building up our value bank for the future when we talk to other people, right? So if, Paul, I don't know where you're at or what you do, but if you said, yo, I'm in Philadelphia, this is what I do, here's how I do it, and I'm talking to someone in Philly, you're in my bank, my value bank for both parties. I don't make any extra money off of it, but I will eventually because I'm valuable to the person I'm talking to and you. So first, you're in my mind when you're paying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I have a whole, I call that power partnership. I think it's extremely important. And you're right, because you're in that connection. You're in that spider web. What's up, Craig? What's up, Xavier, Dylan, Mark? Welcome to the show. John, Michael. What's up, guys? If you have any questions, post them below. We'll try to get them answered for you here. Mm-hmm. Matt Atkinson. Matt's the man. Matt's video Superman. He's the guy that he's got the pretty. You guys can't see the whole room. He's got the whole podcast thing set up. Hold on, let me see if look. I got professional video audio equipment now. I got light pods and all kinds of crap going on in this place. So Matt's got the whole place set up for me now, and Matt's our video. Oh man, I don't even know what to call him. He's video audio Superman. Does all of our social media stuff. So
well, you need to get someone in there to get fixing that mug of yours on the makeup or something, man. Come on now.
I'm telling you though, yeah, he can't do all of it. I mean, he's not a full production crew, but he's tech. He's got the tech down.
There we go. So, looks good. I have to send him to my house.
I need to get rid of some of that reflective light thing going on. I guess I get window covers on the thing.
For sure.
Anyway, so what's up, Tyson? Dylan, what's up, man? What kind of questions you got? Mr. Evans in the house. So, all right.
Cool.
So, Anything else you want to add, Mark? Anything about the event itself? Who's the charities this year?
I'm working on it. Obviously, I'm sure
Okay.
you'll be a part of it. But, yeah, I mean, we're still, anchoring that down. One will be Caring House Project Foundation for sure. And that's,
Awesome.
In Haiti. We do a lot of stuff out there. All my book sales go to that charity as well. Recently donated $18,000 to them as well to build three houses, which is pretty cool. But, yeah,
Fantastic.
man, it's we got a lot of cool stuff going on. And, again, we'll keep that for the surprise at the event. But you got to be there. And if you're not, again, you're getting nixed off my Christmas list, that's for sure. So, because
awesome.
again, like I know where we're coming from at this event, and I know the value we're bringing, and the price is the cheapest I've ever done it, the most affordable, cheapest, whatever. And
Yeah.
I'm just looking for good people to step up to the plate, and opportunity presents itself. The question is, what do you do with it?
Let me tell you one last thing. I think I add anybody who's in the space and forget. I mean, if you put business, personal development, mindset, all the shifts that you're going to get from being in the 2-day event aside for a second, if you're in the charity space and you just want to see the power and impact that can be made at putting together an amazing live auction, an amazing charity, like the energy that can be generated in a room, just at the party itself, it's worth the admission. It's worth the price of the ticket to come see the way that we throw down in that space with that live auction, because we have amazing artists donating stuff. We have amazing, the live auction, the raffle, the way the whole thing is put down, and the energy in the room itself. There's so much to be learned just from that. I mean, just from that thing alone, there's so much impact going down in that room. I mean, to go to $100,000 last year, a goal of 275, I think, is just amazing. I mean, that's just, I mean, we always try to just one up each other. So I think that's the impact there is incredible. I just watched a good friend of mine do $250,000 in one night. So I'm confident that you can go higher than that. And, just to think, like a couple of years ago, I was doing my charity outing and trying to hit $20,000, and now it seems like that's not even worth the effort. Like we have to get to another level,
Absolutely.
I love it because the impact that we can make with that kind of money, with the lives we can change, the people we can help, that is just so powerful in itself. So
yeah, I mean, they'll see impact with abundance, combined with abundance, because that's what we're talking about. When someone's bidding $10,000 for something, they're thinking, "Oh my God, that's a lot of money." Is it? Like $10,000 is not a lot of money on the grand scheme of things at all. So if you kind of position that and you get around the right people, you want to help each other and push each other to the next level. So, there's some really neat things we have in mind and in store. So I'm excited to see what happens.
It's fantastic, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I know it's not something that was first on your list. I know it's something that, you kind of had to grit your teeth and bear it to put it together. But I know that you're going to make an incredible impact. And for that, I appreciate you, and I'm happy that you're doing it, and I know we're going to get some amazing people in the room. So, guys, make sure you click the link that Matt put below. Come out there, join us, be there. I'm literally taking the red eye from California on Saturday night. I'm going to hang out for Father's Day for about 12 hours. I'm hopping back on a plane Monday, and I'm going back to Columbus just to hang out, or Cleveland, Columbus. I don't even.
Columbus.
Yeah, whatever one it is. Columbus to hang out with Mark and crew. That few days and enjoy the birthday celebration and do big things for charity and create proximity. So,
cool.
If you guys want to get involved, if you watch the live replay, make sure you click the link below and join us. We'd love to have you there. And Mark, thank you